Hey guys, Chris here. Today I want to talk about an issue that I had with the X-Pro 3. This is not a type of video that I normally do, but I felt like I had to let you guys know about this. I already know this video is gonna have some interesting reactions in return, so be it. Just know that this is my personal opinion and experience and take it with a grain of salt, please. So I shot a wedding the other day and I had the X-Pro 3 on one side and the X-T3 on the other side. The X-Pro 3 had a 23mm f2 and my X-T3 had the 56mm f1.2. I have shot a lot of weddings with the X100F back in the day and I swapped to the X-T2, and the reason why is because it was not practical, and this is what I mean. As we know, the design of the X100 series and the X-Pro series is a rangefinder style camera. This is great for street photography and everyday life. As far as the X100F, V, and so forth, and the X-Pro 1 and 2 are concerned, I do not have a major issue with the screen, with the monitor in the back. But when we talk about the X-Pro 3, I do have some issues. When you shoot weddings, so this video is specifically about weddings, you cannot chimp really. You don't have the time for that because you need to be in the moment, you need to be right there, you don't have the time to stop and look at your photos when you're shooting them. This being said, I do sometimes like to stop, look at my camera, check the photo to see if I nailed the focus, if I nailed the framing, or simply to see how it looks, how it came out. This has to happen fast, and I want to stress and emphasize the word fast. I have an annoying, and I cannot tell you how frustrating this was, an annoying time having to always, when I look in the back, I see this little tiny dinky screen down here, and you have to open the screen here. Either you open it like this, or you open it fully, and you can finally see your photo. I cannot tell you how annoying this is during a wedding. In fact, this was so annoying that for group shots I had to swap the lenses, the 23 and the 56 from my X-T3, and only use my X-T3 for all the group shots so that I could change the exposure based on the light and the position of the people. And that never ever happened to me when I had my X-T2 or even the X100F. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my channel or my content. Thank you. I mean, there sure are some pros with the X-Pro series, as for example, the EVF and the OVF, the fact that you have an OVF here. This is very handy, for example, when you're at the hairdresser the other day and I wanted to see a little bit outside the frames and I wanted to compose my shot a bit better, but that's good because you have a little bit of time, you know, some time to spare for this type of shots. By the way, I want to share with you guys an issue and how I solved it with the X-Pro 3. I'm pretty sure this happens also with the X-T series, but I had it with the X-Pro series, and that is when I was taking a photo, it was saying storing for 2 to 3 seconds or more each shot. And that, as you might imagine, can be really annoying when you're shooting a wedding. You don't have time for that. So it got me really frustrated because part of the morning was spent trying to figure out why the camera was giving me this storing issue when I was taking the photos. And after going through a lot of forums on the go while I was at the wedding, I figured out that the reason is that there was a setting that I put, and that is sharpness. The sharpness needs to be kept at 0. That is in the first menu, second page, you will find the sharpness. Just keep it always at 0 so it doesn't have to process the sharpness of every single image it shoots. Now back to the X-Pro 3 for weddings. Another problem that I found myself having is the fact of having the viewfinder on the left, rangefinder style. This for me is a problem because I carry my cameras on the side with my desired leather strap, which is an awesome strap, by the way. And if you have to pull up your camera like this and you have to cross, it might seem like a stupid thing, but for me this is a major problem because it slows me down. In weddings, this is the one of the disciplines that I know the best. The one thing you don't want is cameras slowing you down because you need to process information real quick. You need to be quick in shooting, quick in framing, and knowing exactly where you have to be there and take the shot. You don't have a second chance. So anytime I had to do this and put it back, or even from here and I had to pull it up and do this, it was a little bit annoying. Versus having them in the center like the X-T series, where I could just do this and this and, you know, and this, and having them just right there. For me, that was an issue. with the Pro series. That is for the quick activities. Now, if you want to go through the evening or the hairdresser or the appetizer outside where people are chilling and you have your time, at that point, having a rangefinder style camera is totally fine because it becomes more of a everyday natural type of shooting, and that's great. The shots that came out of the X-Pro 3 are, to say the least, amazing. I mean, there's nothing to say about the quality. This is the Pro series, the T series have the same sensor, the quality that comes out of it, unless you want to do some real thorough peaking, but otherwise the quality of these cameras is just unbelievable, and I have nothing to say about that. So this video is not about the quality of the images are great. It is a quick camera, there's nothing to say on that. Now, obviously I could shoot a wedding with pretty much every Fuji camera, which I pretty much did, but I will pass on the Pro series, especially the Pro 3, because of the screen. I didn't know it was going to be such a major issue, but it actually was for me. Again, don't get me wrong, this is my experience. If you want to shoot, I don't know, family photos on a Sunday, or you want to go and do some street photography or everyday life photos, landscape, whatever else you want to do, real estate, this is great. I did another video, you can check it out. But for weddings specifically, I would not recommend the Pro 3 because of the screen. I still think there should be a way to have the screen in the back so you can actually see your photos once you take them. And if you really want to go all the way and have a camera that doesn't allow you to chimp, then just remove the screen altogether. Leave this little screen here, maybe with the settings, that's a cool thing, or the film simulation, that's great. But otherwise, either you go without the screen or you go with the screen and you just have a function where you can just keep it off or shut or whatever. Because the fact of opening it like this or like this, when you shoot up or you shoot down, it really becomes a hustle, and I find it to be a little bit gimmicky personally. I love what Fuji does. I never had any problem, but this one specifically, I think they just went out of their comfort zone a little bit, which is great. Thumbs up. You guys should do that. That's what makes the difference between Fuji and other brands, in my opinion. So I'm not upset or anything about what they did on the Pro 3, but I do believe that they should just push it a little bit more and get either with or without screen. Don't do this in between, because for weddings, for example, I'm not going to use it anymore. I'm gonna get my X-T2 back, and that always worked. So are you a fan of the X-Pro 3 system and screen? Do you own one? Do you actually use it for weddings? Did you ever use it for weddings? I'm actually interested and curious to know what's out there. What do you guys do? Are you using it? Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe I'm off. Maybe that was just my experience and I'm that weirdo that had that crazy experience. So let me know. I'm actually curious. Take care, and I see you in my next video. Bye.